Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of this show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shout out to
A to B. Shattered Uncut. Is that you? Shattered Cast.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered Cast on
Complete fuckers. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
shut the fuck up, Chip.
What's going on, everybody? Today is another episode of, I don't know why I said today is, I have no clue what's going on. It's been a clusterfuck around this house, and my brain is turning into scrambled eggs right now. So this is episode 279, I hope. If I'm wrong, then whatever. I already told you why it's going wrong, you know what I'm saying? So with me tonight is everybody except Robert D, so hopefully Interrupticus will be kept quiet tonight. So joining me first of all is the one and only Greg from Mercy. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I am living the dream, except that it's crazy around here.
I know what that means.
Yeah, so of course we have the one and only Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. How are you, sir?
Hey there, everybody.
Hey there, everybody.
I'll replace Robert Day and I'll start interrupting everybody. So
please do. I feel like the show is better when nobody can get a word in. So
keep hope alive, man. I'll keep his whatever, his soul here or whatever. I don't know. I'm grabbing. I'm really grabbing for something.
Yep. And then of course, finally we have, last but not least, the one and only Bobby Skullface.
I was hoping to be the one of many, just to switch.
The one of many.
What's up? What's the shit show all about? What's going on?
It's just crazy. I mean, kids are crazy things, right? So they're always fun to deal with. The little one is like the last couple of days just been like irate for no seeming reason, which is a lot of fun, you know. And so she screams like giving her a bath, like just like gently placing her in the water. You would think that I was bathing Satan in holy water. You're like, what the hell is your problem, you know? So
dude, I just gave my baby a bath tonight, and like so like when she gets out, we do this thing like I wrap her in the towel, and then like I because it all happened because Jaina didn't like to be rubbed like the towel against the skin, but she had to dry her off, right? So
of course,
when Jaina was a baby, I used to sing the song, and I sang it to Selena, and now I'm singing it to Leia. But it's like, we dry the baby off, we dry the baby off, we dry the baby off, we dry the baby's face, you know, and we work through it all, right? But like this baby loves the song so much that like she gets into the bath, and then she's like, I get out, dry baby off.
That's funny.
But yeah,
nice.
Bath time is fucking exhausting. It's because everything has to happen at that point. Like they have to be fed, you have to clean up after dinner, plus the cooking prior to, then the bathing, then the dressing, then the fucking story, and then nighttime, like night and all that shit. Like it's too much in one. And I feel like you get this little like false sense of hope break between like 2 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. And then all of a sudden at 4:30 p.m. it's like
exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of it is like you just got, like in my case, I just got finished working, and then like I gotta deal with more stressful situations.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's not fun. So.
Let me ask you a question about working from home. Like when you get finished working, do you like come out of the office?
Yes.
Like. Is it like official? Like I'm out of the office. Like I'm home. Like you put your briefcase from the office onto the kitchen counter.
Not necessarily like.
But you
that.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't have any point of reference for that. I wonder what that's like. Is there a clear cut division of I'm at work and then I'm leaving work and I'm at home?
So to me, yes. To Adele or Badel, as we would like to call her on this show.
Yes.
No.
Badel.
Because like my office also doubles as like where my regular computer and stuff is too, so I'm always back in my office for personal reasons, You know, just like, oh, I'm gonna go dick around on the internet. Let me go over here and look at it here. So no, there's no efficient division. But for me, like, I have a big filing cabinet in here, and like when that filing cabinet goes like to the end of the day, I'm like, that's it, I'm done. Not looking at anything else work related. You know, so
gotcha.
That's my briefcase on the counter, so to speak.
I like to get these little peeks into your life because you're like a fairly private person.
Do you ever do you ever sit in your underwear while you're working?
I have before.
Nice.
And I realized that that's a slippery slope. Because once you stop getting ready for work, you really stop getting ready for work, and you might as well just go get ready for work.
Gotcha.
I think I would have to approach that shit like I was going to work. Like I'd have to get up, get a shower, brush,
yeah,
just
absolutely.
like I was walking out of the door, but I was walking into the office.
Yeah,
nasty.
And you definitely have to. So
I wouldn't brush my teeth. I just I'd just be going in there all butt naked, just like
you're nasty. You're nasty.
I know, I'm nasty. I just sit there in my butt naked ass.
You get the nasty award.
Yeah, it's pretty bad because like I mean, like if you don't wake up and do all your basic stuff, like next thing you know, it's like 2 p.m. You're like, holy crap, I haven't brushed my teeth and I feel disgusting.
Right.
So, like absolutely wake up and do your things and go to work. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So. Anyway, that does it for introductions, I suppose. So let's see if anybody got anything starting in the order that we came through this. Greg, how about you?
I did not.
Alrighty, and then I believe it was Matt. Did you get anything?
Yeah, I got the Siege, Ravage, and Laserbeak finally. I found those. And I got the Iron Factory, what's his name? The Black Zarak, the recolor, Lord Scorpion, the recolor of the Scorponok for Legends. I finally picked him up. I missed him a He's been out for a while. I just passed on him for a while, and I saw him on BBTS, and I was like, okay, got him up today. So that's all I got.
Nice. Bobby?
I got the Hot Toys Infinity War Thanos.
Nice.
And yeah, it's one of my favorites, man. It's fucking perfect. It's not perfect, but it's pretty fucking close. One thing that's fucking aggravating about it is like, it comes with 2 arms. One has the gauntlet in like a fist hand, and one has the gauntlet with articulated fingers. Mm-hmm. But the articulated fingers can't make the snap. Like
that's fail.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
That should be the.
It should be the only reason to have articulated fingers.
Yeah. That sucks, man.
Yeah, and I got the opportunity to look at the MMC Ocular Max Saltus, their Springer.
Salty.
And that's it.
That's a weird name. I mean,
it is a weird name.
I get it. Like, I think it's supposed to be like, it's not like a play on assault, but it just does sound like you're just like salty about whatever's going on. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, like salty is one of those slang terms that has like 2 vastly different meanings. Like it can mean like you're like bitter,
and
it can also mean like super seasoned. Like the old veteran.
Mm-hmm. I like super seasoned.
Actually, the word saltus is a Latin word for leap.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
What's he leaping into? Conclusion?
Well, his name is
Springer, know.
So he's
springing.
So.
Oh, they are so
clever.
So clever.
How's that working out for him? Being clever and all.
I don't know. They're 5th in the Springer race, I think, or 6th or something.
4th, right? It was Alan.
Right?
Yeah, no, but I think that's the only ones that are out. Alan, Big Spring, Fans Toys, and this one, and then there's the XTB that's like one of those ones that'll probably never come out, and then just like their Inferno and their fucking Grapple and their fucking everything.
I thought there was more. Okay.
Well, they would have been second, but they got in the chest painting line.
That takes time.
Yeah.
You notice that shit like up until like a month ago, like every picture you saw, it was just a chunk of die-cast.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned.
But I'll tell you, like, it's a really well done figure. It's really well done.
Yeah, it looked pretty solid. It didn't look like it was cheaply made or anything, and dare I say, some things I like better than the Fans Toys. Are you gonna end up doing that versus?
Yeah, I got it done today. It took me all fucking day, but I got it done.
Would you say it's probably the best Ocular Max that they put out?
Since Mirage.
Okay.
And I don't include the tapes in that conversation. To me, they're like their own thing. Like to me, there's like the remix line is like its own thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's definitely better, in my opinion, than their Inferno or their Hoist. Or I think their Hoist and Trailbreaker was probably their biggest fail, in my opinion, in that line. But I think it's better than their RC. I think it just, I don't know. There's nothing that, like, aside from the engineering, there's nothing that like blows you away. It's just it just does everything right, like for the most part, just checking off boxes down the line. You know, like just like we need to give them accessories, let's do that. We need to give them this, let's do that. We need to give them, you know what I mean? It's like
the transformation looks, not like simple, but it looked fun. Like
exactly.
Like especially for a triple changer, you would think so much would have to go into a triple changer.
Exactly.
And it looked pretty fun to transform. So that's good.
Yeah. It's a very well done. It's very polished.
That's good. Maybe that's something that lights some fire into their asses and maybe start putting out some better stuff.
Let's hope.
Hey Justin, what'd you get?
So Transformers related, I got nothing this week, unfortunately. I did get something that I've kind of wanted for a while now. I got the you know how that Mark Belomo guy made that like Transformers Ultimate Guide? Like, like a lot of people are like, this is the definitive guide for everything, but like prices, because prices are just ridiculous. Well, yeah, just a G.I. Joe one too. So I picked that up. Yeah. So
is it just kind of G1 G.I. Joe, or does it?
It covers what is it? 82 to 1994.
Nice.
So, wow.
That's a hell of a run if you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice big book. It's a hardcover book, and it is it's nice. It's really nicely done, I think.
Is it a pop-up book?
It is not a pop-up book, but I kind of don't want it to be. So
that would be cool if Duke came out at you while you're looking at it or something.
Yeah, that kind of would be cool. I guess I do want a pop-up book. I didn't know I wanted a pop-up book, Matt. Thank you very much. So,
I don't know why I asked if it was a pop-up book. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that is all I got, but it's very cool, and I'm happy to have it. So yeah. So let's move on to some actual news, I guess, shall we? To get this party rolling. So the first order of business is Toyworld has released, I guess, better pictures of their Optimus Prime.
Oh
and
my God,
he's looking really good if you like a movie Prime.
Yeah, I think it looks amazing.
This thing looks wonderful. I did a tease of it. They showed the alt mode and the legs a couple weeks ago, and now we got to see the whole thing. And wow, that's Toyworld, man. I'm telling you, if you do the B movie stuff like the RC, the Ironhide, all those, I'm telling you, you might turn some heads and get people to buy some of your stuff. If you do those stuff.
It's so funny that they like Keem compared it with like movie images. And like then the 3A and then the Prime one, it's really well done.
It is. And if this thing transforms like they seem to be implying it does, like it's kind of crazy. Like this thing looks really good.
Yeah, it transformed. They showed the alt mode already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that 3A one looks pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie. But,
I'll tell you what excites me about it is like I know Zeta's getting ready to come with something crazy.
Jesus Christ! They're just gonna do a drawing. They're gonna draw some like with lipstick and crayons. Like this is our Toyworld.
I mean, just because they're so petty, it's like, oh, okay. You want to step it up? I guess we got to step it up.
This is how we're doing this. This is how we're playing.
We got you. Like we wasn't gonna make one, but now we got you, fam.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I like their logo too, for what it's worth. Like the TOI on the sprue.
Man, the back looks clean. It was like a face on the back of his back. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think this is nice. So
yeah, I think it's probably the best sculpted thing they've ever done.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's fair. So I mean, it looks leagues above the types of things that they normally put out, in my opinion.
Yeah, so, yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think that this is a very, very solid toy, I gotta say.
Good on him.
Yeah, he's got small hands.
Wonder who they stole this from.
You never know.
Well, hopefully whoever it is, they rip them off and they'll get super petty and put out some great G1 shit too.
That's what I always hope for. So anyway, let's move on. I guess that's enough of this Optimus Prime. We all love it, even though we're not all fans of the movie. So the next order of business is Hasbro news. So we've seen some more official pictures of the MP Black Arachnia, and once again, this is the thing that I'm not too into the source material, but this looks pretty awesome. So
I love that we use Stasis Lock as the link.
Well, I tried to link just to the pictures, but it didn't.
No, I mean it's good. Give him some props. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think this looks great.
Yeah, they showed some pics. I think at a convention or whatever, they're overseas. They're having one, and the back was really jacked up. Like I think they mistransformed it. You know, it was trash. I mean, to be honest, it looked bad. But now we got some official images and everything, and it looks good. I mean, with the Beast Wars, you know that the one mode is going to suffer. As long as the bot, doesn't suffer, I think that's a plus. It would be cool, if both bots, both sides would be good. But, sometimes it's just, with her being such a skinny, a fembot, where's all this stuff going to go?
I feel like the alt modes, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm far from a Beast Wars fan, but I feel like the alt modes, like getting both modes right is probably more important to this franchise than it is to G1.
See, I guess that depends on the way you look at it, because for me, I want you to get the alt modes right on G1 more than this, just because they're real cars, Right. I mean, I guess like they're real animals too, so it's kind of, you have the same argument there, but like to me, I mean, maybe just because I don't really care, but
Well, for me, I think that's probably just because you're just a vehicle kind of aficionado. But like, I feel like with this stuff, it's like these characters spent a significant amount of time in the episode as the alt mode, and the alt mode representation of that character like played into the plot more often.
Yeah, that's true.
Than say like Red Alert as a Lamborghini.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. So.
But I think it looks good. I think I don't know.
I'm glad that spiderweb comes with it. It looks beautiful. I mean, I don't think the spider mode looks terrible, to be honest. I think it looks, pretty good. But
yeah,
that bot mode is beautiful, and her articulation looks really good. And like I said,
what spider mode looks great.
Yeah, what they're doing, what they have, I think is genius. I think what they're, it's really good. And I just pre-ordered mine today, or yesterday.
How much are they going for, Matt? What is their,
Amazon Japan was, what'd you say, 112, 113, Greg?
I think it was 113 shipped.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 150. Yeah, 113 shipped or anything. So,
no, 116 shipped.
I tell you what, with all that Amazon money, she might want to think about a breast reduction. She's gonna blow her back out with those things.
Pain. But yeah, I think she's 140. If you want to get them over here and everything. So, she comes with a lot of, she comes with a stand, which Megatron didn't. It's weird that you're paying $300 for something like that, and he didn't come with a stand. But she comes with a stand and some really nice accessories and everything. So, but she's gonna be short. She's smaller too. She's gonna be I think Cheater, a little shorter than Cheater.
My man said cheater.
She's a cheater. But yeah, she's a little smaller, but I think the articulation and the paint is going to be probably good as always. Takar does that, so.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I wish.
Yeah, it's good to be a Beast Wars fan.
Yeah, I wish it was good to be a G1 fan.
Yeah, I mean, I want both. I mean, I like both series, but I wish G1. We're gonna get some love too.
It's totally selfish of me, you know what I mean? But all I can think about is like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's another slot.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, I do feel like it's a little weird that we haven't, like, they teased Hound, or not really teased. They've shown Hound, and like we still haven't gotten Hound. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like we should see something more soon, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get him in October. I think it's Hound or.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's like 3 upcoming G1 releases, but only one of them is a first release.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
I will say I'm pretty impressed with the way that this black Arachnia is. I don't know. Is it the thorax? What's the back part of the spider? Is that the same as like an ant? I think the thorax.
Let's just call it the ass.
Yeah, the ass of the spider. Like, it's
That
like it's not
ass.
necessarily the best looking like rear
Spider
portion
ass.
of a spider, but like it's kind of impressively bulbous and then
I agree.
disappears. You know?
I agree.
So
I think this looks tremendous. Like, I don't know how small she's supposed to be in the show, but I would imagine they did that right, and I think it's spot on. I'm proud. I'm happy for those Beast Wars fans that like they're fleshing out that season 1 cast.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think that Takara's done what you want after this year?
No,
it's too much of a cash cow for them to be done at this point.
Do you
So
think we'll
I
get
don't
a
know.
new
I don't
Seeker
know.
mold?
I don't know if how MP is going to be. Like, I feel like they are further and far between because there's not as much profit for them to make off of it.
Yeah, because the
like
characters aren't as popular.
well, it's not even just that. It's like you don't have to license a spider. You know, like if you are gonna create, characters. I don't know. Like I guess we've covered most of the arc bots. I'm trying to think. Like Cliff Jumper, you gotta go talk to Porsche. You know. Let's see who else.
I mean, they could do tons. They could do Huffer.
They could do season 3. They could do all season 3.
Yeah,
characters.
but even Huffer isn't he? He's an official truck too.
Probably.
So I mean, that's the thing is like you have to lose money to licensing doing those things. So I don't know. I can see why you won't see him, but it is still a bummer. I'd like to see more G1 stuff personally, but who knows? Guess it's not.
I think that it's more likely that you'll see a fucking Prime 4.0 before you see a Huffer.
I think so too.
Do you think we'll get a new Seeker mold?
Probably. I mean, that's another fucking. You pay for one, you get fucking 5 more out of it. You probably get 8. You can probably get 8 or 9, 10 more out of it if you want it. Like
Sunstorm and Acid Storm. And...
Yep, Rainmakers. You could do them all if you wanted. People will buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I definitely think that I would bet that we see a new Starscream soon. Probably sooner than you're gonna see like. I mean, I don't think they're doing a new Megatron for a while. That one they just did is gonna hold him over just fine, and yeah, I don't think that we're gonna see a lot of stuff. So I wouldn't even be surprised to see things like a redo, like a complete redo of Prowl before you end up seeing. Some of these other ancillary characters.
I wish they would do a Trailbreaker.
Yeah. I think
my
so
God.
too. Like, I think
Me
they would
too.
do a great Trailbreaker. It's like right up the wheelhouse of the car-sized robots, basically.
Yeah.
It's got a nice price point, but I mean, they kind of.
You're gonna get 2 molds out of it.
Yeah, you get hoist.
A little, I guess. So, I don't know.
You get recolors too. You can get a white one or something, or
Whatever the fucking Diaclone, whatever the fuck they always come up with some shit. But like
they can make it a police van or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you're gonna get 2 that everybody's gonna get. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then you can go ahead and do the Diaclone version, all that stuff to just get an extra $1 or $2 out of the mold. So.
Well, Bobby, why don't you hit up Fans Toys and tell them to put out their damn Trailbreaker, man?
They don't return my emails anymore, man.
What? Have you faxed them or anything, or they might answer faxes?
They might.
I feel like that's really frustrating because like the way Fans Toys work, like I still think that Trailbreaker's coming. Like freaking Ironhide went, or not Ironhide, Hot Rod went silent for like 4 years, and then they're like, oh, he's still here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it didn't.
Yeah, no, that too. Yeah, and then they're like, and what about that goddamn Blitzwing? Like. Last time, it was like last year. They're like, "Oh, I heard it's shipping next week." Like,
yeah. Oh, well, that's every week for Fans Toys. I heard it's shipping this week.
Yeah, like
see, the back to that double standard bullshit, man. When
here we go.
Let me ask you a question. When did we hear that XTB Dead End was shipping?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
next
week. I can tell you when it was.
2 weeks.
It was the last week of March.
Yeah.
Captain Save-A-Ho. Come on now.
I'm
just saying there's a double standard in place. Like this fucking X-Transbots fucking the Inferno,
Sea-Spray.
the Sea Spray, the what's the other one? Inferno, Sea Spray. What's the one we were just talking about? Springer.
Springer, yeah.
You know, nobody says, "Oh, just X-Transbots teasing shit and not putting it out."
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's just people. It's like everybody's not held to the same standard. There's no consistency.
Okay, well let me counter that. But see, people are wanting a Trailbreaker. They don't want a Springer because we've already got 4 Springers. Could that be a reason?
Oh, could it be a reason that they're not putting it out?
Well, no, that people are saying not saying anything about X-Transbots.
Well, I mean, we have how many Trailbreakers do we have? How many Blitzwings do
we do have a number of Trailbreakers.
So no, that argument doesn't hold up.
Oh well, that will fuck me in the sideways.
It just doesn't. Like, there's 2 Blitzwings out. There's 3 Trailbreakers out.
Oh, there's 3. Okay.
Right? Yeah. Bad Cube, X-Transbots, and MMC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but how many of them are worth a damn?
See, that's the point. That's what it comes down to, is that, like, people aren't satisfied with the other options, and they want Fans Toys to come in and save the day.
Captain Save a.
I'm waiting for it. Like, I hope it comes out soon. Like, I'm tired of waiting.
I do too. I need a Trailbreaker, man.
Yeah. Well, I've got the way I settled was MMC Trailbreaker, and I think X-Transbots Hoist. I think.
I heard that's a good one. I heard the X-Transbot Hoist is really good, even better than their Trailbreaker.
I think the XTB Hoist is the best hoist on the market at the moment.
That's the one I settled on, and I think I sold my MMC one, and I'm happy with it. And like, I feel like the one thing I like doing about that is it like slightly differentiates both characters just a little bit more too. They're just like they're bulked a bit different, which makes them feel completely different. Even like they are completely different because the engineering is all different. But
and that's the beauty of like multiple releases from third-party companies. When you have the opportunity to do that.
But at the same time, like, I still want that Fans Toys Trailbreaker to come out because like I like the MMC one, but there's things that I think can be improved upon. Yeah,
like for sure.
We'll see.
Let me ask you something about a lot of people gripe about there's about a couple years ago there was always like the let's say wars, the Springer Wars or whatever and thing. Do you think if we get away from that, people are going to miss that we won't have the options like we used to?
I think a little bit of healthy competition is good. When like the Springer, when like 5 companies are doing it. I mean, no, wait, we forgot one.
Siege.
Toyworld. Toyworld did a masterpiece scale Springer as well.
Oh yeah, they did. Okay.
So like when 6 companies or 5 companies is doing one release, it gets a little, I think, tiresome. And dude, we've been talking about recently, I think the average run is 1,000 pieces. So when you start looking at the market and what that can support, and then divide it by 5, I don't know. I think that's probably pretty rough on those companies' pockets.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. People grappling about one thing and then other half is grappling on other stuff.
Oh, I mean, well, that's always the case. But I wish I knew Takara's numbers too, man. I wish I could compare them.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to actually see real numbers like that.
Talk about it.
I just feel like there's so much just like knowledge to be had in that transparency that like I don't know. I wish I was like $1 million investor and then maybe I'd know something.
Yeah.
So. I'll hit up my guy in the inside and see what he says.
Yeah, do that and see how that goes for us.
Okay.
I get the feeling it's my guess right now is 1,000 is the average run.
I think that probably seems like a fair amount. Like I wonder if you could even like if we know anybody in like maybe you could reach out to, is anyone like good terms with, like, I know the ROC guys are on good terms with Hanny. Like, how many does he buy of like any given product?
Right.
Hung, Hung. Ask how many of a given product did he get?
Yeah.
And then like figure that out, and then.
But
maybe,
he's not BBTS.
Yeah, well, I was saying maybe like 2 or 3 times that for BBTS, I would think. Maybe more. I don't know. So, but it'd just be interesting to see like what an average retailer ends up buying, and then I feel like you can piece together the market a little bit there for some of that stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. Whatever. So let's move on to the final piece of news, because we have lots of news to talk about. Oh, no, there is one more thing of news. I'm sorry, I forgot about it. Flame Toys has their IDW Moneymaker Prime, which is simply a Nemesis Prime black repaint of their... Is this the model kit or is this like an actual release?
Yeah, it's the model kit.
Oh, so like you could already make a Nemesis Prime. You just had to take the paint out.
No.
Why not?
Because they
It's
come
not the same.
No, it's not the same.
What's not the same? What's different?
Stuff.
Well, that's very informative. I'm gonna tell that when I'm trying to sell a product to someone. Like it's different. How? Like it's got stuff. What's stuff?
You gotta buy it and find out.
It's got things.
Yeah.
It's got
It's got differences. What differences? Different things.
It's on the hush hush.
If it wasn't different, why would we put two different ones up?
Yep.
I don't know. Whatever.
I think it looks good. I have the red one. So.
And this is the model, right? So like, this is just easy. This is just printing money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's literally just changing the color that's being injected.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not painting shit. So like this.
But
is
he's got an Autobot symbol that's purple. So.
Oh
was
yeah.
extra. That was extra.
That was extra. Added on. Tack it on.
There you go.
Now
Big
we had to
facts.
change it. We had to change the ink in the printer too.
Exactly. It looks good. I like the model kits. They're fun to build.
Matt, which of the model kits do you have?
I have the Starscream and I have the red one, the Red Prime.
Okay. Did you do a review on the Red Prime? I remember the Starscream.
No, I have not. I sent mine to Mr. Sean Love to paint, and I'm waiting for it to get back.
Hong says about 100 pieces.
About 100 pieces. So, let's I don't know how big. No offense to Hung if he's listening. But let's just say
he was a small player.
He's a small player. So let's assume your larger ones are doing, I don't know, what's fair to say about that? Like maybe 4 times, maybe more.
Yeah,
I would say that it kind of starts adding up. It's like 100 pieces for Hung. You know, if like your original thing was like triple it, so like 100, 300 for BBTS, 400. 300 for
Another 300
TF
for TF Source, yeah.
700.
Your Robot Kingdoms or whatever the English or European distributors are. Yeah, I would say that's adding up, yeah. So.
People over in China too.
I mean, and it makes sense why there's a number of things that sell out relatively quick when they go up for pre-order. Pre-orders filled out, and then if they get extra pieces, they get extra pieces.
Yeah, and it was very rare that he sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was his average was 100 pieces for each.
Yeah, well, he said 95 to 105, so I just did the math for it.
Oh yeah. Did you count on your fingers?
I did. Well, I used my toes as well.
Nice. That's cool. 100. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Moving on to the actual last piece of Transformers news for tonight. MP44 has been messed around with by the one and only Deluxe Baldwin here, as it's gotten some floor time. Kidding. I wish Matt got to look at it, but unfortunately it looks like it's just like execs at a toy show or something like that. They're messing with the prototype. Looks good though. I mean, for what it is, black and white. Is anyone surprised that isn't it due out
September,
July or something? Is it September? I thought it was like July or August.
They got pushed.
Okay.
They got pushed back twice.
I'm still surprised though that they only have a gray prototype. I feel like at this stage it should be more than that.
Because B is after Prime, so B's already got a color prototype. So yeah, that's a good point.
Well, he has a color prototype as well. We've seen a color prototype.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think they fixed. Somebody pointed out they fixed B's back a little bit so it doesn't look so trashy. But I'm still excited for it. But whatever. I like flat, feet and stuff.
Feet.
But it's pretty cool. I like it. It's got some really good articulation. That big backpack is like a jetpack. I think you can add on the little blast effects or whatever and stuff, and it looks really good. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited to check it out, even though I'm not super excited for the mold. It's still a new Optimus Prime, and it's still an official MP release, so I'm interested in checking it out for sure.
You think they're going to MP10 the shit out of it and
recolor
it?
Hell yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, you're gonna get the white version, then they'll retool
black version.
Ultra Magnus eventually. There'll be a black version, then there'll be the Pepsi edition, and then The 17 vape versions and
vape.
Yeah.
And then you get the purple shattered glass version.
It should be called shattered cast.
Ours would
Dude,
be
if
brown,
it was,
though,
I would
feel
buy it.
like, you know.
I'm suing.
Yeah, dude, we should just sue the shit out of the car and retire.
Oh yeah, that would work so well.
But no, we're gonna go ahead and let you know what MPs you'll be making next year.
And we'll let you off the hook if you make us a limited run of shitstorms.
Yeah.
Still looking for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, come on, Takar.
Who is getting MP44 out of here? I know me, and I know Greg is probably Justin. You're going to get it. Bobby, you getting MP44?
Mine's paid for, so.
No, I'm not getting.
Bobby will get to check it out from like several.
Oh
people.
yeah, 13.
Yeah. I'll probably get to check it out, but yeah, no, I just like I can't spend that kind of money for it, man. I'd rather put that money towards the Prime 1 Optimus.
Okay.
That's a fair point. That is a very fair point. So,
which
for me, like a lot of it is like I want to
yeah,
check it out.
yeah.
Like I don't even know if I keep it or if I sell off some MP10s. Like I'm not really sure. So we'll see.
I'm talking about the XM Studios Prime. That shit is fucking beautiful, and I want it.
So which Prime are you going with now? The upgrade from MP10. Are you going with the Magic Square? Or?
Yeah, it's fine.
Or did you? I don't know if anyone else saw, but there is a premium color.
Magic Square.
Magic Square Prime coming out with like good paint and stuff. Like that's a little bit of a bummer. Like maybe I should off my Magic Square and go get that one. So.
And I tell you, like they painted the fucking white one, and they painted it brilliantly.
Yeah, I saw that review, and like it almost got me. I was like, that looks really, really good. You know, like that is like stick it right in front of like the MP Ultra Magnus and be like, there you go. There he's in the armor, and there he is out of the armor because it looks so good. Man. Yeah. How much? I have to figure out how much that is because that may have to be a purchase if I can sell some things.
How much? 130? I think it was.
Yeah, I think you can find it. I think
it's still available. Yeah.
We'll see. I've been going through my collection and trying to part ways with things lately. So.
Oh, I saw that. You had a lot of stuff going on sale. Look at you.
Yeah, I mean it hasn't been too bad. Okay. In like a week, I like sold $1,000 worth of things on eBay, so that was nice.
Very nice.
So, nice.
Yeah. More legends. Yay.
Yeah, legends. It's a lot of legends.
Speaking of legends, are we gonna have a little discussion with some legends?
Yeah. So Justin recently has gotten into legends. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about that? As a person who has kind of swore it off, you know, and so tell us how that happened. And I have a end goal for this conversation.
So for me personally, I've always been interested in Legends games. Now, not like the IDW Legends, like your G1 style Legends. Like, I always think that's cool, especially with like your Metroplex. Like, I'm not like I've seen Robert's display, and I gotta say his display with the aerial bots he has aerial bots in Superion mode, Seekers. And then the Seekers flying around him. Like, it looks pretty damn cool, but like it's so out of scale that it kind of bothers me at the same time. But it looks cool.
Yeah.
But like for like your Metroplex, your Triptychons, things like that, like yeah, I like that scale. I think it looks awesome. And you know, I knew I was getting that New Age jazz because like whatever, love jazz, no way I'm not getting it, you know? And like before it came, like I started seeing all the pictures of it online and all that stuff. Like just like really like, you know, you see these pictures and it really gets me with like, you know, they had a picture of like I think it was the DX9 Optimus and then like the Bumblebee and the Prowl standing there. I'm like, it looks so good, you know, like especially like you don't even need to do much like on like a cartoony type background. I'm like, it just looks so good for that scale. So that's kind of what drew me in, and really Jazz was the mistake that ended up opening the floodgates, I guess, because I got him and then B, and then I was like, I like this B so much, then I sat down and ordered a million things. So,
dude, I would I have this. So I've been doing these dioramas for these new IKEA tables. They're called like the Shang Tsung or Shang Wang tables, and they're like coffee tables, but they're like terrariums basically. And I did one.
Jabba.
Yeah, I did one at Jabba's Palace, and I just finished the Cantina on Monday. And I would love to do one for like a legend scale collection because it would fit so perfectly.
That'd be beautiful.
Send me the link to this table because I have a coffee table in my Transformers room that maybe should get replaced. We'll see.
I gotta figure out what it's called, but I'll send you a picture, Justin, real quick.
IKEA Mortal Kombat table. I'll look
yeah, and if you but if you're into it, like if you ever like wanted to like come down for a day, even if like bring Adele, bring the kids, and we could work on putting something together because I just want to do it just because I want to do it because I want to see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be you'd be welcome to all my materials, whatever, to get it done. Just because I want to see what it would look like.
It'd be fun.
It would be worth it to me. Because we could do like the arc, like on one corner of it,
mm-hmm.
and then like just an expansive desert, some canyons and stuff, like
little like valley, like little
exactly.
hills and stuff to
Exactly.
set up a little stand and let someone look like they're just like leaping off
Dude,
the cliff.
that would be awesome, man.
Exactly.
Oh
So-
my god, I would love to have that.
So I just sent it to you, the overhead view. But it's like 26 inches by 27 inches, so it's like a good coffee table. And there's if you have like a couch where your coffee table would sit, you could put two next to each other, and you could do two different ones. And
that would be cool.
It's not really intrusive. So let me know because I'm down. Like I'm down. I want to do it.
Sounds good. Let me look into those things. See if we can figure it out.
How much was the coffee table?
It's like 150. I want to say. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's metal and glass, so that's why it's a little bit more expensive than regular IKEA shit.
Oh, so you went to IKEA to get it, right? You didn't have it shipped here.
No, I think we did have it shipped because every now and then they offer like some products. They offer like a flat shipping fee of like $8. Where like I would spend more in gas to get fucking down there.
Oh, that's not bad. No. I have to IKEA for that.
Anyway, the so I guess that's the conversation I kind of wanted to involve. Is like what I've noticed from you doing these legends is like you've been communicating about it more. You've been talking about it more, and it's like new life has been invigorated.
I would say it has, yeah. I was telling the guys last week that, I have to get down there and do it, but I definitely want to film reviews on them too. Because for me, like one of the things that was making reviewing not so fun is like the editing process. And, like when you do a complex transformer, like just say I was going to go and do like 6-shot, from Fans Project, like getting those 6 modes and making sure that I didn't like do something stupid in the transformation that I'm going to hear about on my channel, or like
I just throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, but but that's the thing is like as someone who, like I know a lot of people say like, your transformations were like a great part of your videos, It's like that's really important to me to not mess that up, and like that would take a lot of time because like sometimes like for my reviews were never short, they're always like 30 minutes or longer, and like but like the filming process was like hours, because I'm like nope, that didn't work, like let me go back and fix that, and like so like the payoff was just not there. And it's like these little legends are so fun. It's like there's no way you can screw up these transformations. They're easy. Like it would be a fun review because like I'm enthusiastic about the product. Like it's hard to be excited about, 6-shot when you've just spent 4 hours, trying to get them in all 6 modes, Yeah,
there's a like it's always work, right?
Yeah.
But there has to be a thin line between the kind of want to do it.
Exactly.
It has to outweigh the work.
Right.
Even if it's 51-49.
Yeah, and that's like, like no offense to Robert because Robert's great and he hooks you up with like a lot of stuff. But like when he sent me like a box of legends, like I was not excited for them at the time. Like for what he was sending me. I'm like, I just
feels like straight work.
I don't care about any of these toys. I'm not excited about any of these toys, and like you could see it in the reviews. Like they didn't I trashed reviews after sending them back to him because I was like, nope, like just there's no passion in this. So
let me ask you this: do you think? Because I remember he sent you like a healthy box of stuff.
It was a big box.
Do you think that played a part in you saying, you know what, I'm taking a break from this?
I think it influenced it for sure because like I said, there was no passion for that stuff. Like it was everything I filmed because I felt obligated to film was not fun to me, Yeah. So,
yeah, I think that it's funny. I never thought about that, but it was around that time where you started kind of fading off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And it probably was because it went from something that you wanted to do into something that you felt like you had to do because somebody sent it to you.
Exactly. So, and like, it's one thing if it's like something that I've like, let me think of something like, what's the other company that did Optimus Prime, not Magic Square?
All of them. The answer is all of them.
Yeah. Whichever one was the one that came out at like the same time though.
TF Element.
Element. Yeah, like that one, like I could see if I was doing reviews, like be like, yeah, I'd check that out because just genuinely interested. But it's like if someone were to send me, like if Robert were to be like, hey, do you want to do my Beast Wars Megatron? Like, no, I don't, because like I don't want the toy. I'm not interested in the character. Like, like I'm not interested in figuring out the transformation as smooth as I can for a toy that I'm just not interested in and don't want.
Right.
Like I don't know.
But I feel like so I'm a big fan of and I've become more so within the past year or so, like giving people their flowers while they can smell them, so to speak. But like I do think that is a matter of playing to your strengths. Like you recognize that is an element that people zeroed in on for you and you wanted to accentuate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's
and
respectable.
That's been something, like when I've tried to figure out how I want my channel to evolve, because like I don't think my channel's dead. Like something's gonna be posted on it. I don't know what, but something is. And like I've thought about like, well, maybe when it comes to these MP things, I don't know if you noticed at one point, like I cut articulation. Like I only pointed out things that weren't good about articulation because it's like, whatever, you can see 1,000,001 pictures, like if there's a glaring oversight or downfall, then like point it out. But like, what do I need to say that, he can bend his elbow 90 degrees, like who cares, So like stuff like that, like to try to shorten it and stuff like that. But like, I even thought, I'm like, if I just cut out all the stuff, show the figure, explain the transformation, show it in the other mode, be like, I like it or I don't like it, like,
yeah,
like I don't need to give you reasons why. Like this is my opinion. Transformation was fun. Transformation was frustrating. It's up to you if you want it or not. And like I've thought about that. I've thought about one thing that I think would be fun to do because I've got all my old GoBots as a kid in the basement. I'm like, I would like to go back and get like all of them, like anything I don't have or broke over the years, like replace it and let's get a complete GoBot collection. Like that'd be fun, and just like review them one at a time. Like I don't know what I want to do. So, but it has to be something that I'm passionate about and it's fun to me. So,
like I don't know if you ever wanted to talk about things regarding your channel, like I'm always cautious with this stuff because I always feel like like I do this thing and then people are like, dude, it's my channel, I'll do what the fuck I want to do, shut the fuck up about it.
Every time with me.
Correct. But like there are things that I'm like, man, I'd be interested to see this from Justin's point of view and nobody's really doing it.
No, I think
so.
That'd be cool,
Yeah, just hit me up and we can talk about it. Because I do think like three of us here are actively, or not so much Justin, but he's gonna get back into the swing of things, kind of doing reviews. And like, one of the things I've noticed about mine is like I feel like I've hit this glass ceiling, and I feel like it grows, and there's a subscriber here and a subscriber there, and the views are 20 up here and 30 up there, but then 20 down here and 200 down there,
That's another thing too. Like, there were things like that. It's like, yeah, well, this is like the Bucky O'Hare stuff. Like, that's a nice, easy thing for me to do, and it's fun, and it doesn't take much time out of my life, and nobody cares.
Yeah, well, I think that and it's funny because that's one of the ones that I was like, I have to watch this.
Yeah.
But the reason why I have to watch it is I have insider information that normal Joe citizen doesn't have. Like, I know that you were passionate about getting it, you were looking forward to getting it. Like, I wanted to see how it paid out. Like, but it kind of brings me to my point is that I think that for the most part, by and large, people that are watching third-party Transformer reviews regularly are probably watching me. And if they're not that, then they're not watching me. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
So I don't think I don't feel like what I have can grow in that area. And I'm like, well, what can I do to make it grow? And whenever I try to take a risk outside of it, it doesn't pay off because that fucking YouTube algorithm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You are not a Ninja Turtle reviewer, therefore you are not getting recommended to the Ninja Turtle watchers.
Exactly. Exactly. Where in my head I'm like, man, I would love to I feel like when I started I had a fight to fight.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. And now I kind of feel like I have a new fight. I kind of feel like the Star Wars YouTube land is lost. It's Walking Dead. It's the apocalypse. And I'm like, man, I just want to inject positivity into that fucking fandom. But when I try to do some Star Wars shit, it doesn't pop off, with the exception of that fucking Luke video that I did. But I fucking promoted that Luke video for 6 months before I did it. It's it's fucking frustrating, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So it's a shame that it's how it is, and a lot of it to blame is the YouTube algorithms. I feel like Matt, for the most part, he stays in that Transformers lane, and at this point, he's got nothing to do but grow. I think it helps Matt that he's into the mainline stuff too, because I think there's a much bigger market of people who are looking at the stuff you can buy in your Walmart versus the stuff that's only available on your BBTSs of the world.
Yeah.
But, that's not me. I'm not into that stuff.
But if you think about it, just in when I think about it in terms of ratio, for the first 4 years, 4.5 years on my channel, I did at least one non-Transformer review a week.
Yeah.
And still nothing popped off.
Yeah, it's so difficult to try to get into that other space. It definitely is related to those algorithms and stuff, because it's just if I were to just go and jump and do figure arts, which I think I might have done a figure arts at one time. It's just nobody cares. The only people who are watching are the people who are just simply watching because they like me.
So I get PMs, and I'm not trying to turn my nose up to it, I honestly, sincerely, but they'll be like, man, I really miss your Fig Arts reviews, or I really miss your Black Series reviews, I really miss your Marvel Legends reviews. And I'm like, dude, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that. But I did them for 5 years, and nobody watched them. Did you watch all of them? Because maybe if you had watched them then, I wouldn't be in the spot I'm in now, where now all my non-Transformer stuff I put on the Patreon. But I feel like I can be a little bit more free there. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not trying to make any impression. It's the people that are watching that already kind of get where you're coming from and are choosing to support it. So you can be you don't have to be on your P's and Q's as much.
Yeah.
It's a nice freedom to have. And so when people are like, man, I wish you did more reviews here. And I'm like, well, yeah, I wish more people watched them.
Absolutely.
I'd rather get 6 views through the Patreon than 600 on the regular channel. not only is it more lucrative, but I know it's people that really want to see what I got to say on it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, my question is, like, when we get, I set up all this in regard to the legend stuff. Like, when we start feeling stale about the collection, because the shit isn't coming like it used to come.
Mm-mm.
You know, and we've been talking about the well running dry, and every month it gets a little bit more dry and a little bit more dry.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what do you do to inspire that hunger? And luckily, Justin has found this fucking legend stuff, and I have been enjoying it from the outside, just seeing Justin talk about it again, because I feel like you've been more alive in the last couple of weeks in regard to like Transformer toys than I've seen you in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true.
So, like, Matt, do you ever feel that way? Because you collect all the Transformers all the time. So do you ever feel like, man, like I'm not being fed, like the addict isn't being fed? I don't get my fix.
No, since I collect mainline stuff and everything, so there's always going to be something for me. And like you were saying, with the Black Series, your stuff, and I did the reviews for the Storm collectible, ninjas, and I've done the NECA stuff and everything, and so, the people that only watch that are the people that just watch me, just like Justin said, just to watch me and everything. So I feel you on that and everything. But no, I don't ever feel like I'm gonna the well runs dry. I don't think I'll ever be like that for a while. I think Transformers, since I am mainline also and third party and Legends, there's always something out there for me.
Yeah. Greg?
No, I mean, I'm able to find stuff. I don't really feel like my itch isn't getting scratched. I mean, I've started picking up some Legends here and there. So,
oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah, you've been.
Yeah, I'm not going balls deep like crazy, but there's a few characters I'd like to have. I don't need every single one of them.
See, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying. I mean, I don't have to have something every week,
Right.
So.
No, and to be fair, me neither. But like, I think I've only bought like 4 Transformers this year.
Wow.
I bought the last 2 for Kronos. I bought Wild Rider from DX9 and Road King. And I think that's it.
Road King.
Man, Road King is so good.
Oh my god, dude! I had to buy 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're to that point where you see the end of the tunnel, because you're not collecting. You don't collect mainline. You have a specific masterpiece kind of scale.
Correct. But I still love Transformers, and I still love buying Transformers. And like, so now, like, all I think about is that fucking XM Prime. And that fucking Imaginary Mars Grimlock, and that Imaginary Mars Soundwave, and that Imaginary Mars fucking everything.
Would you think about getting into Legends, though?
No.
Why not?
Mainly for the sense of purpose, right? So, like, my question would be, what purpose would a Legends collection serve that what I have isn't already serving? So, if I didn't have this MMC half-ass collection of fucking reformatted, I could see myself going in on a Legends collection IDW stuff from Iron Factory. Okay. But even with that stuff, I wouldn't be buying all of it. I would only be buying the stuff that was kind of pertinent to IDW. They do everything where I'm like, man, this guy's like in one fucking issue. What are they doing? But it's just super popular character.
Well, do you think that it also is, and I've heard a lot this before, people that collect Masterpiece, they don't go to Legends because they don't have a presence on the shelf.
No, because like I've been completely kind of inspired by these 3 3/4 is a hard collection to display. Do you know what I mean? Because the key to it, as I imagine the key to Legends really is to show the expanse of the collection. Is to be able to showcase the quantity, which is. But then I found these tables, and now like, dude, like that Jabba's Palace, I get complimented more on that Jabba's Palace, which holds like probably a couple $100 worth of figures and maybe $100 worth of fucking styrofoam, and then a $150 table. I get more compliments on that than I do of a case full of thousands of dollars of Hot Toys. You know what I mean?
Could it be because of the way it displays?
The way it displays.
Yeah.
So
well, and that's the thing is I feel like you can, with that display, like Legends sets itself up to be a really interesting display. If you like when you said doing a diorama, like I was totally already thinking that, like whether it's even just like those crappy cardboard ones or something more than that, like they scream for doing something like that, So like they're small, they're posable, like they're not gonna just fall over, and if they fall over, like I'm not worried about something breaking, like it's just a lot harder to do that with an MP scaled collection,
Like, dude, if we could set something up, I don't want to get sidetracked to a private conversation, but like if we could set something up where like, you guys could come down, Laura and Adele could take the kids out to like downtown Frederick, walk around, or to a park or something. You and I could like cut everything, get everything sorted, texture everything, and then you could start painting when you got home.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Right.
Dude, you could put your you got Skylinks, don't you, Justin?
I do. Yeah.
The MMC one.
Mm-hmm.
Them Legends go. The Magic Square and the New Age go perfect for him.
Yeah.
Well, true. I think that you could do like I'm not trying to sell you on them, but you could do like, because Transformers is kind of set up that way where you could have two tables, and one table could be season 1 and 2, and one table could be season 3 and 4, and
absolutely.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think that like I found myself I think it's almost like I'm challenging myself, like how can I make this bigger, better, more impressive in terms of my collection. And I'm like, and now I'm at a point where I'm like, if I had room for more tables, I would contemplate like an IDW Legend stuff. Like I would love to do Swerve's Bar, like in a diorama.
That'd be
pretty
good.
For Iron Factory. But I just don't have room for that now. So, and I have an IDW collection and I have a G1 collection. So it's like, what don't I have that I can continue to feed the demon,
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of led me to this quarter scale. And like, what I want is I want that Prime, I want that Soundwave, I want that Grimlock. And those are like, I mean, they'll never do fucking Stunicons. Do you know what I mean? So like, those are my 3 favorite characters that are feasible for them to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into a couple questions. Do we have one from MP? Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So MP Collector says, do you miss any of the third-party companies that have disappeared over the years? I am thinking of groups like iGear, Moss Toys, Impossible Toys, but I would allow expanding the question to include one-off entities like Perfect Fusion. What say the SCU guys? Are you happy with the strong that have survived, or do you ever wish that one of the fallen had been able to stick around?
Fuck Mouse Toys first off. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, that's a real bummer. When I put out that video, and I heard back from when I got that video from Calum, that shit made it real, man. Because it's a person that I know talking about $300 that was lost.
I lost 100.
Yeah, I mean, same. I didn't know that either, And like, I think that with crowdfunding, man, like, for me, if I was to crowdfund something, it would have to be through some big official source like Kickstarter, where I know I'm getting that money back.
Yeah, or it has to be like I don't feel like the HasLab thing was bad because, like, come on, multi-million-dollar company, like,
Right, yeah, I did that.
So, and even like Kickstarter and stuff, like it's not risk-free, like there's things on Kickstarter that have fallen through, and like, yeah, they don't give you your money back, they don't give a shit, So yeah, I mean it's a risk with all crowdfunded stuff, but I feel like with respect to Transformers and those types of releases, like it's a big gamble on them. Especially so the Moss Toy stuff, was that an all new mold or what was it exactly?
It was all new mold, the secret mold, the
Tetra Jets. Yeah.
That to me is a problem. Like, I feel like MMC with when they made Artfire, I had more faith in them because they already put out Grapple and Inferno.
Right.
It's like, but when you are kickstarting a whole new mold, I'm like I don't know. Like you don't know that you can even do this, you know? Like,
right.
So like,
I mean, but it was a popular.
Was that?
I'm sorry. It was a popular character. I mean, the reason why I went in, because of Starscream, but the Seekers are, popular, characters.
Very.
Well,
without,
not only
without
that,
a doubt.
It's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's what your money, if it went to any of that stuff, was put towards funding, the creation and probably however many iterations of the character that was required, So I don't know, like it's a risk with crowdfunding. I don't know if you necessarily are gonna ever see a character that gets released that's a brand new mold. Like, I just think it's a terrible idea to kickstart that. Like, who did it? Was it MMC did? I think it was MMC. They were doing the Fortress Maximus. Was that MMC?
Yeah, that was like
and it failed though, right?
Yep.
I feel like that would be a perfect example of the exact same thing happening. Is they were like, we can't do this. We can't produce it for the money we promised it for. It's not working. Like we can't deliver. Like
Make Toys did one with the Sunstorm, and it sold out because everybody knew that you're going to get already 3 Seekers. You're going to get the cone heads. So that one sold out.
Right, but that one sold out. But again, they already released Starscream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they already have the mold already.
But also, again, they still haven't delivered.
Well, yeah, that's true. So
okay, yeah, it's coming.
I would be surprised if they don't deliver on that. So
that is true. So it's a Tooth Fairy. Wait, what?
But yeah, like I don't think it's a good idea to back any third-party company for a new mold.
I won't do that shit anymore. I know that. Do I miss any third-party companies? I mean, it was cool to have, iGear, and Impossible Toys. It'd be cool for them to still be around, because competition is good.
I think iGear is the one that I feel like I wish they were still around, because I do feel like they would have kind of evolved with the times.
I think so too. And like one thing that I think about iGear, like some of their stuff was trash. Like the knockoff MP01 that was small was garbage. But like, that Ironhide and Ratchet, they were competent. Like they needed a little bit of tweaking to be even better, so you could fold a couple things in. But like they were overall a decent quality toy, and it's like like I would not rate them worse than like X-Transbots' original releases.
Oh, for sure. I would put their Shardouts in that category too. Like they're solid.
Oh yeah, they were good. I have those still. They're really good. Like I said, I wish that some of these companies would have made it. I'm happy that the strong ones survived. I'm still happy that we have third party, but it'd be cool if we had more new ones to come along and try to compete with some of the big boys. I think it'd be pretty cool.
I feel like Impossible Toys. One thing that I think for them is they should have realized their niche was like making those like one-of type characters and not things that transform, because like most of their transforming products were kind of garbage. But like I think that the one-of human characters and the Quintessons and stuff like that are sorely underrepresented in our displays. So
yeah. The next one, High SCU.
What's Greg think of?
Hi, I'm here.
What do you think of the question?
Man, I don't miss any of those companies, to be honest with you.
There you
go. I'm happy with what we got.
High SCU.
In fact, I think we got a little bit too much as it is. But
right now, you think we have too much?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we were just talking about 5 or 6 of one character. I mean, I don't know.
That's true. That's true. But they're not doing that anymore, though. I mean, I don't think we're getting a bunch of the same characters all at once now. I think.
Except that we have like 4 sets of.
Minosaurs, yeah.
Minosaurs.
That's true. My bad. Yeah, they need to stop making Minosaur. I'm sorry, Bobby. I know.
I haven't sold all your fucking Stunticons and just going balls deep on that Rising Force, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that Rising Force.
Highest.
Kickstart that next week.
Just a quickie. My third-party collection is now becoming the majority of my MP Scale Transformer collection, and I have never pulled the trigger on getting the faction stickers sorted. So my question is, how do you go about choosing a style and type of sticker for your bots? Probably good to note that I have not done any research on my own, so hopefully your collective knowledge.
I think we answered this last week.
Yeah, I think we answered this one.
All right.
Sorry, Damien.
You're covered, Damien. I do rep labels as well.
Okay, then the next one is
I heard that guy say they do a lot of the dry rub. All right, let's do this one. Let's get this out of the way. Save us fucking some gigabytes on fucking Google Drive.
You gonna read all of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. I mean, he took the time to write it. Let's take the time to read it. Okay. Dear SC Cast, as an avid Transformers masterpiece collector, I have recently been thinking a lot about the third-party scene. For me, there was sort of a golden age of third-party MP scale going on, roughly December 2014, when FT Soar, XTV Ollie, KFC Transistor, and DACA Chronos all roughly shipped to varying degrees of success, and every subsequent month would bring a new figure or reveal prototypes through 2015 and 2016, where we were able to fill out our Autobot cars, our Season 1 Decepticon cast, and classic characters like Galvatron, Omega Supreme, Skyfire, and the Dinobots all found their way into our displays. For me, in the end of the golden age came with the release of Make Toys Starscream. For me, a terrific figure, although I have no umbrage. I'm going to get my thesaurus out with this crowd, with those who prefer official. But it looked to be the start of some third-party activity looking to replace Takara rather than supplement. I'd always considered Make Toys one of the stronger MP3P companies, but since they took on the Seekers, it's noticeable that progress on their Headmasters and Target Masters has stalled, and instead they're pushing to get Coneheads out. Incidentally, with a company I consider the only real competition to Fans Toys, perhaps MMC on a Sphinx Day, now siloed away in their own little world, I feel that Fans Toys have accentuated their strengths. The sculpt and finish of their recent efforts are truly breathtaking, but also got worse on their weaknesses, the bloody engineering. We've seen Bad Cube try to supplement Takara figures with Sideswipe or supplant Takara figures with Sideswipe and Red Alert. Make Toys are doing Jets and cross-dimension stuff, and a couple of companies have made worthy efforts to provide an alternative to MP44. Unique Toys, after a terrific blur, appeared to have dropped out of the MP bidness and focused on the Bayverse bidness. Do you prefer the split in the perceived raisin? Jesus Christ, let me find out who this is. Look, Gareth, I know you're on fucking Toy Detox. You've never spoken this much on that show in your fucking life. Now all of a sudden you're getting to be a chatty patty.
Shout out to Chatty Patties.
I just listened to your fucking in game. You said like 18 words on that fucking show. Now all of a sudden and you're speaking French.
Relax.
No, I'm fucking Garrett. Do you prefer this split with third party, or would you rather see these companies continue to work on filling out those gaps in the existing G1 market? I must admit, as nice as Make Toys Seekers are, I'm a bit disappointed that Highbrow, Brainstorm, Crosshairs, and Sure Shot, never mind the Decepticon Target Master, seem to be stuck in limbo. Best wishes to all, Gareth.
Thank you for that, though. That was really well thought out.
I think this is kind of what we've been talking about in general, that like, look, like, I want to see the numbers. Mm-hmm. What does Make Toys Starscream sell on the initial shipment? What does that sell? And then, so here's my question, right? Like, albums. You ever hear of an album shipping gold? No. What that means is that record stores bought 500,000 copies of this record or more because they're planning on selling them. But it's not gold. The record isn't certified gold. It's just shipped gold. So my question becomes, what if you're BBTS and you're placing an order and Make Toys writes you and says, we have a Brainstorm and a Starscream coming. What's your order for Brainstorm? And what's your order for Starscream? And then if you're Make Toys and you say, well, fuck, they ordered 800 Starscreams and fucking 20 Brainstorms, how does that affect your business model?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's where I get with this shit. Because, like, it's all characters are not created equal, you know?
Yeah, as much as I want to see Omnibots, like, I'm probably not a group of the mass fandom that's like, heck yeah, MP Omnibots, you know?
But don't you think at this time of a point in time right now, we've already got a good Starscream that Brainstorm one might do better than Starscream right now? Because people need a Brainstorm?
I would say now, after having the Make Toys version out, yeah, probably. But
so
like back when...
if Takara announces a Starscream, what sells more?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Takara.
If Fans Toys announces a Starscream, what sells more?
Impossible Toys. No?
Possible odds, am I right?
Yeah. But no, I would love. I'm waiting for the Coneheads because I don't have any Coneheads, and I would love them to finish their Headmasters because we've had Hardhead and Chrome Dome for what 3 years, I think now. Yeah. So I really wish they would finish them. I don't know what's the problem.
Get the other two Autobots out.
You have a Cross Dimensions Jetfire that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah, now that to me is what's weird. Like when you go and you're like, well, we made our Striker Madness and now we're gonna make a Jetfire. Like, who cares? Like,
well, see, because they think that, like, I think they're cross, and I'm just picking. I know there'll be 2 people in the comments that'll be like, it's my favorite, but like, I think that does serve a niche fandom, and I think that's Make Toys' kind of attempt to kind of get back to their roots. But the thing is, like, the landscape has changed.
Yeah.
So look at Hasbro. Hasbro's improved tenfold. So if I'm a guy and I like what's that cyber? What the fuck? The new fucking
Cyberverse.
Yeah, Cyberverse Jetfire. Is that the?
Oh
the
no, Siege.
Yeah, but what is the scale Cyber Leader?
Yeah, it's a
whatever.
Yeah, it's huge.
Why would I buy the Make Toys one instead of that one? Like that gap is closing. That gap on the third-party Chug is closing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, one of the reasons, another reason I've got into the Legend is, like, I'm kind of done with my my classic scale stuff. Like, I am looking to most pieces, like, some of them I'm going to keep, but, like, a lot of them I'm just looking to get rid of, like, I don't care about that classic scale anymore because, like, I'm so far past it. Like, I sold off every fans project Headmaster. Like, I had a whole set of Headmasters, and I was super happy about it for a while, and now I just don't care,
So like Striker Manus, how much did Striker Manus go for? 80? 90? So
yeah,
okay, let's say 80. Let's say 80. And how much does the Siege Prime go for?
Which one? The Voyager?
Yeah. 40. So that's half the price. For a Cybertronian Prime, right?
Yeah, and a really good one too.
And a good one. And obviously, the Striker Manus is better. It's a better figure, but is it twice as good?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
And plus, you're going for a different style too. I mean, that's a stylized instead of I think that's the Siege one is kind of almost G1ish more than what the Siege. Yeah, it is.
I agree. It is more. The Striker Manus is more stylized. I agree, but they're both stylized. But my point is that, like, it's almost become inverted, right? So, like, the Hasbro stuff has gone up in price, and the third party stuff has generally come down in price. But the Hasbro stuff has gone up in quality, so that gap is closing. Now you have an $80 Striker Manus, you have a $40 Prime. The $40 Prime is weaker. It's inferior to the Striker Manus, hands down. But I'm not sure if it's half as inferior. I'm not sure. And the same thing goes in the inverse, like Magic Square Prime. Inferior, I would imagine, to this MP44. But is it 1/3 inferior? I don't know.
A lot of people have chosen that one over this one, or over the.
Well, I'm saying like the MP44 is $400 U.S. retail, $300 Japanese retail. Let's just say as a roundabout number. I don't think that I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna look at MP44 and be like, this is the best option by and large, like clear cut. This is the best.
But is it a $300?
But is it 3 times better than this.
Yeah. I wonder if people like, from companies or, represent, people from the companies get on the boards or anything, or Facebook and see what people are saying, or what they're wanting, writing in their, company, headlines or whatever, their stores or whatever. I wonder if anybody even looks there or pays attention to that stuff.
I mean, I'm sure they do in some capacity. Like,
Well,
I'm sure
if they did,
have...
do you think they would be making their stuff like, Brainstorm and the...
Well, oh, you mean as far as that? Well, I know, because I don't think they can afford it. Like, it's cool to hear people say, like, these motherfuckers on the message board, they say whatever the fuck they want to say. I can't wait to buy it. I can't wait to buy it. And then that shit hits, and they're like...
They don't buy it.
if the fin was 3 millimeters shorter, then I'd buy it. Motherfucker,
yeah,
no, you wouldn't. You ain't buying shit.
I got you.
You can't even buy some time.
I wish I could buy some time.
Like, I bet you can't even pay attention.
It's hard sometimes. It's hard.
So like, my thing is like, people aren't putting their money where their mouth is. So like, if everybody's like, well, I want to brainstorm, and then they put the brainstorm up, and they're like, I'm not crazy about that shade of blue. It should have been a slightly lighter shade of blue.
I'll wait for the knockoff.
Well, now do you think they're gonna do another one? The answer is no.
Yeah.
That's true. I see your point. Oh well. I don't know. Greg, what do you think about it?
And the only thing I really care about from third party right now is combiners.
Nice.
That's really all I give a damn about. To be honest with you.
Well, thanks for being honest.
There may be some mini bots, some decent mini bots.
Yeah. Which mini bots do we need?
Decent Astro Train. Decent Blitzwing.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there any mini bots we really need?
Well, I mean, it's not like already announced.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Fantoy's got 3 coming out, which I hope they come out with those. But I think we're good on the mini bots. I think. I know clip. Well, no, I have a good clip jumper. It's fine.
I feel like I could use a better swerve and a better whatever.
Certainly, yeah.
Gears
for sure.
What about gears?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, gears and swerve.
Okay.
Huffer, I'm good with. I'm looking at Chef Powerglide. I'm fine with.
Yeah, that DS9 Powerglide is really good.
Yep. Warpath.
Well, Fantoy's got one coming. So
yeah, for sure.
I need a sea spray too. I'm waiting for X-Transbots. Like you just said, I don't know what the X-Transbot's doing with that one. It needs to hurry and come out. So. Well,
I think we can go ahead and get the fuck out of here. Real quick, I'm supposed to be getting with Robert and fixing the outro. Just so everybody knows, there's 4 more shows that are part of the Cool Table Network that we don't mention in the outro that we shame on us. We should be, but it's Verbally Challenged, Fresh Communications, Breaking the Mold, and Building Up to It. I have like a whole bit plan with Robert, but I just can't get it done. I can't is a 4-letter word. I have failed. It's my fault. I take responsibility.
It's okay.
Well, there's 2 people involved, so I blame Robert too.
Fair enough.
Some blame has to go to Robert. So.
Hopefully we'll get Robert back next week. And thank y'all for listening, as always. Go down there, like, share, prayers, and all that good stuff, and subscribe. Dun, 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 dun.
Shoutouts to Cool Table Network, ROC, Edges Around, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerve Rage Radio, Eggwigs,
And my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse,
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Its sole purpose is to entertain. It doesn't fit for your sensitive sensibilities.